The Wasp Factory. I've yet to meet anyone who loves wasps. Yet, without wasps, we would be overrun by species of pest insects that would decimate agriculture. Every insect that farmers consider to be a pest has a species of wasp which preys on it. There are about 30,000 species of wasp, of which 1,000 are social wasps. Unlike solitary wasps, social wasps live in colonies. Wasp colonies can contain thousands of individuals, or just a dozen or so, depending on the species. The wasp factory I recently discovered in the park near my house was built by the paper wasp. Sometimes called the umbrella wasp, paper wasps build a nest of paper in the shape of an umbrella. The nest is first built by the queen, who's been hibernating throughout the winter after mating at the end of the previous summer. She builds a stalk on which she builds a comb of hexagonal cells from chewed-up wood fibre mixed with saliva. In the first cells, the queen lays eggs that hatch into workers. The eggs were fertilized by one or more males called drones the previous summer. Once hatched, the workers take over the task of building new hexagonal cells and expanding the nest. The queen, larger than the workers, continues to lay eggs, one in each cell. The workers collect food for the developing grubs and protect the nest with their stings. Only the female wasps can sting, as the sting is a modified ovipositor or egg layer. All the wasps in this nest are sisters. Not all wasp species sting, but those that do, like these paper wasps, advertise the fact with their bright yellow and black warning colours. This particular species only stings if it feels that the nest is under threat. One of them obviously felt so, because it stung me twice on the knee while I was taking these pictures. While bees can only sting once, as they leave the sting in the wound, pumping in poison, wasps can sting many times. The poison they inject makes being stung a very painful experience indeed. Some people can have an anaphylactic shock in response to the sting, and this can prove fatal. Fortunately for me, I was merely left with a very painful knee for several hours. The verb to sting is an irregular verb, and one which I'll look at in more detail in the interactivity that goes with this video. You'll find a link in the video description. And other things besides wasps can sting too. Onions can sting our eyes, and stinging nettles are a plant to be avoided. You'll find out more about the things that can sting by following the link to the interactivity in the video description. I'll also look at two idiomatic expressions connected with wasps in the interactivity. These are to stir up a hornet's nest and to have a face like a bulldog chewing a wasp. Notice also the pronunciation of the word wasp. I'll also look at pronunciation in the interactivity. Unfortunately, the queen that founded this colony didn't choose a very permanent place to build her nest. She built the nest at the base of a thistle, which will shortly die and dry out, meaning that the nest will lose its support when the plant stem collapses. I very much hope that I'm nowhere near the nest when this happens, lest the wasps should hold me responsible and sting me to death. Nevertheless, I'll keep cautiously checking on the nest every now and then to see what actually happens. As this is the most painful English lesson I've ever given, I hope that you'll see fit to share it with your friends and contacts. This will demonstrate that the dangers I daily face as an English teacher are worthwhile. I'll see you again for another interesting English lesson soon.